Hey sis, hey sir, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a tea with Tig. I've done a few talking videos on my channel and I'm just basically continuing it. I just been analyzing my life and I realized most people cause themselves suffering every single day. I want to spark something in your mind. This could be stuff that you already know. So suffering by definition is the state of causing hardship, distress, or pain. So what is pain? There's two types of pain. There's physical pain and there is mental pain. Someone can be causing you anxiety or someone can be beating you up. There's two different types. Pain is inevitable. Like pain isn't going anywhere. It's always going to be here. But suffering is optional. I say suffering is optional. You have to choose to take control of situations that throw you off balance. If I call you stupid and you know you're smart, you have to ignore it because you know you're smart. Even though I know words hurt, don't get me wrong, but it's just like you know you're better than that. Instead of causing yourself suffering, you have to surrender. That's the best way to not cause yourself suffering. So if you're stuck in traffic, instead of complaining about it and trying to speed and possibly get into an accident, surrender. Use that time to think. Plan out your day, jam out to a little bit more music, control what you can control. If you can't control it, you can't stress it. A lot of people won't live a long life, not because of their health, not because of their job, not because of their finances, but because of stress. They stress over everything. Everything is an emergency. Everything is a 911, and you can't live your life like that. You have to take things easy, like relax. Things are okay. You're not gonna die. There are people dying, but you're not dying. So relax. People cause their self-suffering every single day, and I don't even think you realize it, and I don't even think they realize it. And that's why I felt like I had to make this video. Think about all the things you do. You'll worry about something that hasn't happened. Why are we worrying about things that hasn't happened? We're basically just putting ourselves through it twice, because if it does happen, now we worked ourselves up before it happened. We're already upset, and then when it does happen, we're still upset. Why are we doing that? We're putting ourselves through it twice. It's like surrender, relax, clear your mind, be at a positive state, and just see what happens. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Like, you only can control what's in front of you, can only control what you have power over. You are nobody's boss. I realize that. Like, you can't make someone do something they don't want to do. You can lead them to the water, you can guide them, you can have the best intentions, but sometimes people will just say F you. Like, be the best person, the best thing. Like, you can only control yourself. Realize that. Like, you can't control other people, you can control you. So don't get mad, don't get worked up, because all that's doing is destroying you. When you realize everything is connected, life starts to make sense. I realized my life started to make sense for me around 21. You know, every year people will ask you, do you feel older? How do you feel? And honestly, most years I really didn't feel older. 21, I definitely felt a big change. I know I experienced a lot of life-changing things around that time, but 21 was definitely a big year for me, and I feel like that's when I grew up. Don't get me wrong, I still have a lot of growing to do. We all do. We're forever growing, forever evolving. A lot of people are just living life with no purpose. They're just walking. They're like bots in a way, just zombies. You just have no purpose. A lot of people just look at life as just like right now, but we always say life is so short, but this is the longest thing that we'll ever do. You have to start having serious conversations with yourself and realize, what do you want out of life and what do you want for yourself? Those were the type of conversations I started to have for myself. And when you have those conversations with yourself, it makes you want to do more, because tomorrow's not promised for me and it's not promised for you. If today was our last day to live, would you be happy with what you did today? Are you happy with the outcome? Are you happy with the people you were around? Were you happy with the comments you made? I start to think about stuff like that, and it just makes you want to change as a whole individual. And then I start to think about, okay, what am I doing? What am I accomplishing? Some people look at life as just like, okay, I'm living, working, paying bills. And others look at life as, what am I doing? What am I working towards? If you don't have a purpose, and if you're not working towards something, you're useless in the society. You're not an asset. You're not a functional member. You're just taking up space. Like, you have to contribute to society in some way whether it's creating a business, whether it's working a job, but you have to try to find your purpose. You don't want to go through life not finding your purpose. I don't have all the answers, and I'm not saying I do, but I do know you have to try different things in order to find your purpose. A lot of us are afraid of failure and rejection. We might know it, but we might not want to even share it with anyone or talk about it. But I know at one point in my life, I was definitely afraid of rejection. It definitely held me back for many years. I think it was 7th grade. So when I was younger, I used to play basketball. I was scared to put myself out there because I'm like, oh my gosh, like if I put myself out there, I'm going to fail. Think about people who used to get picked last at gym class. I know it's like little stuff like that we probably overlook. As I'm older, you have to heal your childhood trauma. Anything you run from will come back. Anything you don't learn, you will repeat. Like I said before, everything is all connected. This life stuff is all connected. So if you're not learning, you'll repeat it, and it will be an ongoing cycle. Whatever you have difficulty in, still try to get it done, because in some ways it will resurface. In high school, I finally did a sport and I did track, and I'm so glad I did track. I really didn't want to do track, but I did track because I can't live with the fact that my last time trying out for something was in like 7th grade, and I didn't want to try out for something again. So I had to just finally put myself out there and just do something. I'm sharing this story with you guys because I know you might have something holding you back. There might be something that you really want to do. It might be starting a YouTube channel. You might be watching this video and like, damn, I really want to be doing what she's doing and making videos, but I feel like I need crazy equipment. I need a good camera. I need good lighting. I need all this stuff. No, you don't. If you have a phone and you're watching me, that's all you need. Whatever you want to do, just put yourself out there and just don't waste your life. There's so many people that want to be living, so just don't waste your life. Don't waste it being negative, no envy. As I'm getting older, I feel like everything comes back to you too. We do some evil shit and it doesn't come back directly to us. I feel like people maybe we're close with, it might hit them. You know, just putting positive energy out there, not doing things that you know are gonna garner a negative reaction. How do you end suffering? You want to look at nature, the wheel of life. The wheel of life is set to be a representation of how humans act. So a pig, that's like you're irresponsible, you're goofy. A snake represents anger and hate. Other one represents greed. The best way to end suffering is to avoid ignorance, to open up your mind, look at really what's in front of you. You have to be on a certain vibration, connect with certain things. I realize a lot of times people won't like certain type of music that's not the machine gun rap. I'll play like a Teddy Pendergrass and they won't appreciate it, or they won't appreciate someone that's really playing the saxophone, really playing all these instruments and singing all these notes, and it's not auto-tune. You know, the quality of things have went down because people's expectations in bars are non-existent. But you have to set the tone and you have to set the standard. You're in control of your own life, so you decide how you want to show up in this world. If you no longer want to suffer, you have to be the one to choose to end your suffering. Self-suffering is real and you need to end it. Stop being ignorant, stop being blissful, stop being greedy, stop craving more. You suffer when you're looking and coveting what another man has. Just because they have it, they have it. When it's your time, it's your time. A lot of people don't understand timing. Everything in life is timing. When it's your time, it will be for you. What's ever for you, no one can take away from you. I used to really think I had to do the most sometimes for certain things, but it's just like you don't, because if it's meant for you, it's for you. I used to think things was happening to me. Nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for you. And divine timing, it's all God's plan. So if you think things aren't going according to your plan, it's because it's not about you. It's about God and what He wants for you to do, what He ordained for your life. And when I just think about that, I just want to pray for discernment, and I just want to change my mind. I know I'm in control of my thoughts, and I don't want to be like the rest of these people. I don't want to be stuck on third dimensional shit. So I can bore you about things on a surface level too all day long, don't get me wrong, but it's just like I want to have like a deeper connection, a deeper vibe. I would definitely recommend meditation. If you guys aren't into meditation, get into meditation. You guys can look up like Reiki's. Like, I don't know if you're into the holistic life, and I don't know if you guys can tell, like I've been on like my holistic journey for a while, but like I really like holistic healing. I go to like natural doctors, and I've really just been trying to like do my own work. I have to understand life. When you're a child, not all children, but some people might think they know it all, but we definitely don't know it all. And you know, when your parents say, oh, you think you know it all? Yeah, you're damn right. At the time, it felt like I was knowing it. Not all, but shit, I was knowing it. I was knowing it and I was having it. So what you want me to do? But now I'm just like, oh my goodness, like there's just so much more to life, and everything is just perception and your way of thinking. If you really want to change the way you think, and you don't have any positive examples around you, because I know that can be challenging, wanting to be a certain type of way, but everyone around you is the opposite. Read books. Like, that's the best thing you can do. Like, I have a book right here. This is the 48 Laws of Power. You can definitely read this book. It's by Robert Greene. You can read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I want to help you guys end your own suffering. We should not be causing ourselves self-suffering. So I don't know if you're into like Buddhist practices, but the Four Noble teaches you suffering is basically gonna happen at some point in your life, and suffering probably already has happened in your life. That's why you're clicking on this video. To get rid of the suffering, you need to end your craving. Suffering is caused by cravings. I referenced the Buddhist practices so you guys can see that like what I'm talking about isn't just me talking. So I'm into improving myself. Take classes. It doesn't have to be college. Just take courses online, go to seminars, like just keep learning. I hope high school or college isn't where your learning stops. Forever seek knowledge. By listening to these Buddhist practices, the suffering is caused by craving. Suffering is caused by craving. In order to end suffering, you would have to end the craving. So to end craving is to end suffering. Just living within your means. Doing these things, you will end your own suffering. So you have to be one of those people to decide, are you going to have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset? A fixed mindset, okay, there's no changing you. You are stuck in your ways. We're moving on. Fixed mindset people, you're never going to grow with a fixed mindset. You have to be optimistic. You have to be open to things. Don't ever come across as unteachable. You can learn from everybody. And I feel like that's a common misconception. People overlook certain people, and we were all put in this world for a purpose. Everybody serves a purpose. You might not know their purpose right when you encounter them. If you really pay attention to things, all the answers are right in front of you. It takes having the right mindset. If you are easily distracted by what's right in front of you, you will never find your true self, because we put all these distractions and we never have time to ourselves to just think. Think about it. If you're at work for 40 hours, then you come home, then you're watching TV or you're scrolling on social media, your mind is fixated and you never have the chance to really grow and try to excel for yourself. But if you have a growth mindset, you can work on yourself and work with people. The people you have around you are your net worth. The quality of your life is the quality of your relationships. That's a Tony Robbins quote. I would love to go to one of his seminars one day. But yeah, the quality of your life is the quality of your relationship. So think about how many quality friends you have. If you don't have any quality friends, then you shouldn't even have friends. Cut them off, because if they're not serving you no purpose, what are y'all doing? Are y'all just drinking, going out, smoking? That's not serving you no purpose. You need everything in your life to serve you a purpose. It's time to be intentional with your life. It's time to take control of your life. If you're tired of living the same life, then do different things. Sometimes people will cause themselves more suffering and they feel their life isn't going a certain way because their finances are in order. Yes, that might be true. Your finances are in order, but your whole mindset isn't in order. So your finances can't even come through because you're not even thinking right in order for you to get that idea to start that business or to apply to that job and make more money, because you're not right within. You really have to clear your mind, meditate, breathe, really figure out who you are, do your shadow work, and see how you contribute to your downfall. Growing up is realizing the part we play in our own suffering, our own downfall, how we are the fuck up essentially. It's time to take accountability. Everybody else can't be the problem. At some point, it has to be you. And it's time, because ego will have you crying over closed doors that have nothing behind it. People will be sad about people and things and opportunities that really wasn't going to serve them no purpose. I had to learn that rejection is protection. If you ever got rejected in life, you should be happy. I'm so happy for all the no's, because all the no's brought me to this point. Like, anything that didn't go my way I originally intended, 9 times out of 10, if it wasn't in that moment, it turned out better. Later on, it turned out better. So I'm happy with the outcome. You are right where you're supposed to be. So if you ever feel like you're out of place and you don't belong, just know you are right where you're supposed to be. Is that a dream? It's achievable. I hope you guys enjoyed this little talking video. Remember to trust the process, and I'm out. All right, I'm so tired. It's like 3, 4 in the morning.